Okay, y'all. It's been a minute. It has been a minute. But hope you guys are doing alright. Hope you guys are doing well. I'm over here writing something that I have to finish soon, but at the same time my mind is just kinda going, so I'm like, well, I might as well, hold on one sec. Too many sounds going, but I'm like, you know what, I might as well get all my thoughts out while I'm trying to do this, so I won't be able to do both at the same time. So yeah, here we are. So let me know how you guys are doing. I know it has been a minute. It has been a very long minute. But it was necessary. And the reason why I took so long to actually do more projects and do more videos the way I needed to and wanted to, or the way I wanted to. There's nothing's really a necessity. Oh, I got my aloe vera plant. Before I forget, here's him. That's gonna sit there. And then I have this right here too. I'm not sure what to call this. I think it's like some kind of plant. I don't even know. My mom she replanted that one. She gave me like a little, it's a word for it too. Propagate. She propagated it for me. And it grew. Just like something about this big, and it just kind of grew. So I want to show y'all. I want to have this in here too, but it kind of looks, it can stay there. It's fine. There we go. But the reason why it took me so long to start doing videos again, I think it's partly motivation, and also I wanted to make sure I'm putting out something that I actually care about and something that actually means something to me. Not to say that what I was doing didn't mean anything, but I think sometimes I do things, for one, bit of a perfectionist, but I'm not sure if it's just perfectionism or if I'm just like, I don't know. I think if you're an artist, you understand what I'm trying to say. Like, it's kind of hard to, for one, put out something not knowing 100% if it's done 100%. For me, at least. I can't speak for everybody else, but sometimes I can look at something and be like, you know what, that actually wasn't done. But at the same time, it's like, in that moment, it was good. In that moment, it was good. You can go back and redo it if you want to, but in that moment, it was fine. So sometimes I look towards the future, like, well, in the future, what if I want to change it? It's like, okay, you can do it over. It's fine, like, no worries. You can do it over again. But also sharing what I do sometimes, it's just like, I don't really want to share. This is what I want to do, and sometimes I just have like good ideas or something that I can do, and I'm just like, kind of want to share with everybody. Just kind of want to keep it to myself. But actually, that's part of what I wanted to talk about as well. Sometimes we can be very selfish with what we know how to do and what we can do. I am guilty of that. I'll write that down before I forget. However, I can do. Being selfish with what you can do can hinder the people around you without you even noticing it. Like, say if, I don't know, if you're a single parent and you want to make more money so you can, take care of your child, take care of yourself, and you want them to go to the best schools and XYZ, but you're really not putting forth more effort. Not to say that you're not trying. However, there are things, or not even however, there are things that you can do. It's not that you're not trying, it's things that you can do to put yourself ahead, but you may not be aware of it, and a lot of the times it starts with you. Just let it marinate for just 1 second. Just 1 second. What can you be doing right now to change your entire life? Ask yourself that question every day. I've been asking myself that. What can I do to change my life? And our life is going pretty well. I want to do other things. I want to do better. I want more. I want more. Why can't I have now? I want more. More. Más. Muy más. I want more. A lot more. Because why not? Everybody else getting it. You can't tell me I can't have it too. Shoot, why not? And my voice is a little right now. Because I've been traveling. I was traveling for the weekend, but on my way back, I just, and I ain't got that thing. I'm just saying. I need to get some more vitamins in me and some tea. I need to make some tea as well. But what can you do better than what you have been doing? What have you not been doing? Sometimes these small things are what's really not pushing us forward, because really the small things are what add up. It's not the big things. You don't just do big things and then all of a sudden your whole life changes. Like, no, you gotta, there's baby steps. When you climb a ladder, you don't just like try to grab 3 at a time, or like, jump 3 at a time. You go from 1 to 2 to 3. Sometimes you can do 3. But sometimes if you try to get that third, you gonna slide all the way back down. Because it's that work. Sometimes that work is, that work is definitely crucial. That work is crucial. I remember when I was playing sports, my coaches always said, don't cheat yourself. Don't cheat, C-H-E-A-T. When we were doing conditioning, the what's it called? I want to say preseason for any sport, you're getting your body in shape and whatnot. You have to continuously exercise, and if you skip steps within your exercises, or if you're not doing, or if you, let's say this, if you're playing basketball, you're not running the plays correctly, or if you're not dribbling the ball correctly, if you're not passing the ball correctly, when you're actually up to be in the game, your pass is gonna suck. The way you play, period, is gonna be trash. And you can tell. You can always tell who's been practicing, because it shows. It's just that simple. It shows who's been practicing. And yeah, that's one thing that always stuck with me since playing sports. Just my coaches, and it was a consistent thing with each and every one, no matter what sport I played. They always said the same thing. Make sure you're not cheating yourself. Shout out to all my coaches. Y'all know who y'all are. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. Y'all like family. Yeah, and coaches, they literally become like your family. The good ones. The ones that actually care and put forth a lot of effort. Yeah, shout out to all y'all. Y'all are great. Being selfish. And even that piggybacks onto that. Like, when you're being selfish and you're choosing not to go the extra mile within your practices and your conditioning and doing better and pushing yourself a lot harder, it's going to show up when you're playing the game, and when your teammates are relying on you. They can't even rely on you, because how can they? You're not even up to par. You want to be past the ball, but what you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? If I pass you the ball right now, what you going to do? Let me know. Let me know. What are you gonna do? Nothing? Okay, pass it back. Just pass it back. You gotta talk to yourself like that. And yes, this is how I talk to myself sometimes. Not out loud, but I try to hold myself accountable as much as possible. But at the same time, I do try to go easy on myself, because we're learning. And as you get older, you're learning. Holding yourself accountable is not, at first starting off, like, it don't be easy. But holding yourself accountable is very much a practice-based thing. You have to practice that thing every day. And no matter how you feel. Am I being my best? No. Okay, well, I need to do better, and I need to be better. Because if somebody else going to tell you, somebody else going to tell you. And if they don't, then hey, you're just never going to get better. But anywho, what can you do today that's going to put your life forward? Consistency is number 1. Consistency. So who was this? So when I was 18, I was fresh out of high school, and I think I put this on my Instagram as well, but my grandma, I was looking for a job, and I think my grandma, she's like, if you're looking for a job, like, go from establishment to the next one, to the next one, to the next one, and just fill out application, and just don't skip any. Do not skip that, and that's what she said, like, don't skip none, just do them all. I'm like, all right, bet, cool, because, you know, Granny always gives some great advice, so of course I'm gonna listen. So I did it, and ended up getting a job, I think, that week or so. I think it was about that same week. And if, number one, if I wouldn't have listened, then I probably wouldn't have got that job. And also, if I wouldn't have been consistent with applying myself, I would not at that time, and timing is everything. At that time, I wouldn't have been able to do what it is that I needed to do, which is get a job. So, consistency. We're talking about being selfish right now. And sometimes, you know, there's actually a good selfish. Sometimes you have to be selfish with your time and selfish with your resources or your mental health, your mental space. You know, sometimes you can't talk on the phone. Sometimes you have to tell your friend, like, hold on, like, I need a minute before you can tell me all of this. Sometimes you need a minute. Selfish with your resources. We all got to take care of something. Sometimes you can't give out everything that you have to everybody, but there are certainly some things that I would say you definitely can help out with. Like if somebody is trying to start a business and you have a way of helping them get started. Like I think somebody had asked the other day how to. It was some type of a license, and I just knew like where to go and how to get it. So I'm just like, here's that. Cause why not? Because why not? Like it's not hurting me or helping to hold on to it. So why not help somebody else that, especially like a shortcut. If somebody needs a shortcut of getting something done, not necessarily having something, but getting something done. Because like I said, like you can't cheat yourself. Like you have to do the work. But at the same time, help people when they need help. Like don't fucking get people to run around like, oh, well, I can't really help you because I'm like, bro, if you got the information, just help, because why not? So being selfish is a good thing, but also not being selfish is very important. Oh, and so this is actually what I was trying to get to. You never know who might need what you have. So I guess that actually ties in together. If Serena never touched a racket, and shout out to her pops, but if she never would have picked up a racket and continued with it and just was like consistent and wanted to be the best that she could be, we would have never seen somebody do what she did. That is major. That is major. Business owners. If we never seen Muhammad Ali and his consistency with him just being himself and just showing up unapologetically, we would have never seen, like, that man was classy. That man was classy. Love him. He was somebody that was very much himself, and he knew what was up. I put it that way. He knew what was up, and he wasn't budging. And there's some times where you're going to feel like, what's the word? What am I trying to say? There's going to be some times where you're going to feel a little weird for you. But when you true to this, you true to it. And that's all that's it. That is. Oh, by the way, I ended up getting, I just got this the other day, so now I have 2 of them. But it's not important, but I like it. So I had to tell you guys too. Yeah. Artists and designers and like, what if somebody, what's my strings like that? What if some of these designers and architects just kind of like gave up midway through building a building? Like some of these great and grand structures would have never been built. But you gotta see it through. You gotta see it through, all the way through. So yeah, being consistent. There's a couple of things that I started on, but then I kind of stopped. Where's my pen? Oh, that's awkward. What's my pen? That's what. You don't want me to write. You don't want me to be great. Oh, there it is. Consistency is very, very important. That's something I've been getting on myself a whole lot about lately, especially because there's things that I know I can finish, and sometimes I kind of, like I said, I overthink certain things, but nothing's impossible. Why I spell it like that? Nothing's impossible. Everything is very much possible. I put it that way. Everything is very much possible. There's maybe a 0.001% chance that something is impossible, but other than that, like, so many things are possible. So many. How much time are we at? Damn it, 60 minutes. So many things are possible. What is on my leg? Things are possible. You can make anything happen. You have to know what it is that you want, and you have to order your steps. And one of the big things is you're not going to be able to see from point A to point Z. Now the heat wants to come on. You're not going to be able to see from A to Z, and you don't need to, because if you knew, and I wrote this the other day, if you knew what it would take for you to get to Z, would you actually put forth that effort to even start at A? There are some things, well, actually, I'm not even gonna say that, because I'm a very unorthodox kind of person. If you know me, you know I can do a whole lot of things, and I'm not even sure why or how I know how to do things, but I'll pick something up and I'll maybe do it once, twice, 3 times max, and there it is. So yeah, if I knew some of these things, like, I like to challenge myself as well. So when I start something new, I won't stop doing it until it's like finished, for the most part. There's a couple things right there I'm looking at that I have not finished yet. They're kind of hard. It's a couple art pieces. One of them is done, the second one is not, and then I have a couple other ones that's supposed to go with it that aren't even started yet. So yeah, but I'm gonna start them soon. No worries. But that one in particular, that has to get done. But everything else, like, I'm good. I am good. So that's that. And this is video. I gotta show you one of these days. But yeah, there's a lot of things that I can do, and it's sickeningly amazing. I will say that it's sickeningly amazing. I love it. But have I been consistent? No, because there's some things that I decided just to put down because I'm just not. I don't really want to do that. You know, I don't want to do that. It's not my thing anymore. It was cool for the minute, and it's gonna be like that with y'all. If you're thinking about starting a business or doing some new projects or whatever, there's gonna be some things that you pick up, and then you're gonna be like, you know what? That's had its time. It's fine. Maybe I might move on. Maybe I might move back to it at some point. But if I decide not to, whatever. So, but when you find something that you really enjoy, even when you get burnt out, like, just take a break from it and come back. Take a break, get a breather, come back. You'll be okay. There's some things that I enjoy doing, and I got burnt out on it for a little minute, but I'm definitely gonna pick it back up. So yeah, that's my spiel. It's already at almost 20 minutes, so, and I need to get to bed. I need to go to sleep early. But yeah, just I guess if you get into the end of this video, what are some ways that you have been selfish in not sharing your gift and what it is that you can do with the world? Don't even worry about, like, monetary things or financial things that you can give. Like, what is it that you are capable of doing that you have not started on, or you just have not put that out, or not even put that out in a creative way. I would say if you're like really good at teaching and you haven't applied for a teaching job, you're being selfish. Like, you're being selfish. And I don't mean to attack you guys, but understand, when I attack y'all, well, no. Y'all attack y'all, I'll attack me. If it feels like an attack, that's up to you. But I'm just saying. I'm just gonna say it. What are some things that you have been selfish about? I know what I've been selfish about. I can't really say them out loud because, you know. Well, I'll put one. I have been selfish with my talents. I have. Yes, I have. Can I do more? Yes. Will I? Yes. And y'all can hold me to it. So yeah. Don't tell me. You ain't gotta tell me nothing. You ain't gotta comment what y'all been selfish about. If you want to, fine, cool. And y'all can talk amongst yourselves in the chit chat bar down below. But at least come to a realization that you have been selfish somewhere. That way, you can figure out what it is you could do, and you can move on to what you will do and can do. That way, your life could be a lot better. It could be smoother. You could be living out whatever dream it is that you have, whatever ideas that you see in your head. I keep breathing like that because I'm like running out of breath quick. Sorry. Oh, that's loud. It's not. Anyway, what is it that you have been selfish about, and what is it that you can do moving forward? Whatever ideas that you have been kind of holding out on, start on them. Figure out how to start, and just start somewhere. It doesn't have to be the perfect move. When they say make your next move your best move, like your next move is not going to be your best. It's not going to be the best move. It's just not, especially when you're first starting out. Like, you're going to figure it out along the way, but those first couple steps, just like when it's very cliche, but like when kids start walking, like they stand up, they take a step, and they're like, oh snap, what are these? What are those? Because they don't know how to use what it is that they have. And that's a lot like your talents. Like, you don't know what it is that you have in your possession. Like, when babies learn how to walk, like, first of all, they can feel their legs. But when they're kicking in the air, they're like, whoa, what are these? They don't even acknowledge the fact that they're connected to their body until they start trying to, maneuver around on their own. Like, when they first stand up, they pull themselves up, and they're like, oh snap, these things could keep me up. This is cool. So then, right after that, the initial oh snap moment, that's when they fall. Every time, every baby does that. They stand up, they're like, oh snap, because we're like, oh snap, they're standing up. They're like, oh snap, what am I doing? Ah! And then they fall down. But what do they do after that? They try it again. And that's like us. You got to keep trying. Every time. It was a recipe that I was working on. And I've been working on it. What is on my plant? Oh, nothing. My bad. It took me so much time to figure it out. But I figured it out. And that is what's important. I look tired. I need some water too. I feel dehydrated. Like I said, I need to get some like vitamin C or something. But anyway, what was I about to say? What was I saying? Oh, yeah, like when you first starting out, like, it's not going to be the best move. There's no best nothing when you first start out, and even like going throughout it, because there's no moment where you're like, this is perfect. There's no perfect, because tomorrow you're gonna be like, you know what, I could have did this differently. And that's where the problem lies, because if you keep putting it off, you're going to keep finding ways to change it and fix it and mold it. And sometimes it's really just perfect the way it is. It really is. Sometimes it really just is. So I'm gonna leave it at that, because this is like 25 minutes long so far. I'm gonna wrap it up because I got things to do, and so do I. Figure out the ways that you have been selfish with your own talents and gifts and your time and whatever it is that you can do, but you're kind of hesitant on getting it done or starting on it. And it could be anything. It ain't got to be, it can be like self-care. It can be self-care, like finding some new products for your skin. My skin ain't too bad. It could be some new products for your skin. Like, why have you been putting out getting new products that are going to benefit your skin? Or it can be, you know, cleaning out your car, because, you know, a clean car is a happy car. If a car could be happy, but my car is clean, it makes me happy. I put it that way. So that's my thing on that one. And why haven't you cleaned out the pantry? You keep saying you're going to eat better, but you keep finding ways to eat things that you shouldn't be eating. What else? I don't know, whatever. I ain't about to keep giving me ideas. I can, but you know, that's what I got so far. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. It's 10 o'clock now, p.m. I need to get some sleep. I love y'all. Y'all be easy. Take care. This is probably gonna be the first episode of something that I call Don't Call It a Podcast, because it's so random. Like, every time I see somebody, like, oh my gosh, I like your podcast. And I'm like, what podcast? What are you talking about? They're like, oh, on your YouTube. I'm like, it's not a podcast. So maybe it is. I don't know. But we're just going to call it Don't Call It a Podcast. Okay, so first episode. That was ugly. First episode, Don't Call It a Podcast. Y'all be easy. Y'all be good. Go out and be the greatest. You know, because why not? Everybody else doing it. So should you. So y'all be easy. Bye.